Alright, so this last practice video is going to go over the StrawPhonation and then the ChantTherapy exercises that you can practice at home. So for the StrawPhonation, we've talked about we're going to use a straw to elongate our vocal tube. This longer length is going to help your vocal folds vibrate with a little bit less tension because it's going to have to, the sound has to go a lot further. So it takes a little bit of tension off of your vocal folds. So the first thing you're going to do is just find an easy pitch and hold it through your straw. So when you're doing this, I want you to make sure you're paying attention to where you're feeling the vibration. When I do it, I feel it right here in my mouth, which is good because we don't want your vibration and your tension to be in your vocal folds. So you'll do that 3 times or longer. And as you get more confident, you can vary the pitch. So if you feel confident in doing some glides, if this is not something you're able to do, that's fine. We'll keep it in our back pocket until later on when we feel confident enough to do it. But glides are something like what a singer would do to warm up, so you can go from low to high. And then from high to low. And you would do those 3 times each. So 3 times low to high, 3 times high to low, or you can just alternate each time. And then the last one you can do with the straw are the hills. So this is going to sound like an ambulance. So going back and forth from that higher pitch to the lower pitch. And this is just a great way to reset your voice. You might feel like your voice is coming out of your head, which is the goal. That's what we want, instead of it coming out of your throat where all that tension is. The next thing I have for you to practice is the ChantTherapy. This is going to be important to finding that new default voice that we're looking for that's not going to use so much tension, and it'll have a little bit better resonance than the one that is so painful that your body has kind of gotten used to using. So when we do this, you think of a chant is going to sound very monotone, almost robotic, and that's okay. It's kind of silly, but when you're practicing, some things for voice therapy are going to be a little bit silly. So when we do this, we want to make sure we're not raising our voice too high. We're not speaking too softly. We want to have a normal volume. And your pitch should be just a little bit, a smidge higher than what it would normally be in regular conversation. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick an easy phrase. So what I'll do for my demonstration piece is to just pretend to introduce myself. One that you don't have to think about a lot. So if it is very natural to you to remember how you used to answer the phone at your job, then that would be a great way to practice. When you do this, you're going to speak very smoothly. It should be, if there was a line following our pitch, it should be even across the board, because we're not going to have any words that are higher than others and we're showing emotion. We don't want that. We want it to be very even across the board. So very monotone. We're going to draw out our vowels a little bit. And I know this sounds kind of like a lot and it'll take a learning curve at first, but this should be something that will be helpful in finding a little bit of an easier voice to reset your voice to default. So for example, my name is Caitlin and I am your therapist. Drawing out my vowels. Everything is very easy. Not a lot of fluctuation, no up and down, and that's an easier voice. It's something that shouldn't be quite as, it shouldn't have as much tension as what your your voice feels like when you use it, and you can tell that everything is tight. So you can do this, find a variety of phrases, practice this by yourself. This is important to try to find a different default voice, so the more often you do it, the better it's going to get. Okay?